chatting family festive favorites, and I am very excited to bring out my dad, host of Dr. Oz Show, Dr. Oz, because we are going to make a delicious eggs Florentine with spinach. Come on out, Daddy! Now, do you want to try the pear crunch pie?
I want to try this. I found the pear finally. I was looking for the pears initially. All I saw was
in
butter.
The custard. It's worth it. It's worth every bite.
Yeah, we made
it's so
you custard
good.
and whipped cream so you can come see us today.
Oh, this is very, you could serve this and troll for patience.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hey, if my grandmother made it to 92 eating pear crunch pie, I think it's okay.
But you're doing pull-ups at 92 too, which is a big part of it.
Navy
Dr.
SEAL.
Oz, did you cook? Could you make this pear crunch pie?
I definitely could not. I was taking notes as you were preparing the custard, but I am such a poor cook, and I think it's because I generally, as I've been accused of having joyless eating habits. Oh. Which is, partly because as a surgeon, you don't have time to make pies. You're sort of just trying to eat whatever you can find because you want to make the patient NPO, which means you don't feed them, but not yourself. So you scramble, sometimes you take food off their trays, whatever you can do. That's how you maintain your nutrition.
I have a different theory about why you don't cook. The only recipe my dad knows how to make well is something called fish cheeks, which shockingly doesn't get a lot of requests around the house. And
Fish cheeks are delicious.
I knew there was a familiarity here.
They're one of the best part of the whole animal. The cheeks are delicious.
People always have the fish scaled and they throw the head away. And the head is, I think, the best part. If you really enjoy fish, you want those cheeks. So
Halibut cheeks are awesome.
that's what I get. I get halibut cheeks.
I agree. You've been giving him a bad rap.
Oh man, the intruder is gonna love this one. Hey, don't you know what the red light means?
I know exactly what the red light is.
Then what are you doing?
What am I doing? What are you doing here? This room is only to be signed out to staff photographers.
Yeah, well, I checked with somebody. Protocol is not very clear.
What is this? What is this? I want an answer.
I have to admit, it's not a bad shot.
Would you care to explain this?
Well, there's nothing sinister, if that's what you mean.
I want the truth. Are you following Galen Henderson again?
Hey, let's not jump on somebody else's paranoia
Are
bandwagon.
you going to deny it?
I certainly am.
All right, then fine. Then why don't you tell me what you're doing in here, developing a picture of her with Trevor Dillon?
Have you checked the research board lately?
Why don't you save me the trip?
Well, you know that article on female candidates before the election? The Year of the Woman? That was your idea, wasn't it?
What does that have to do with you?
Well, there was no staff photographer available for Ms. Henderson's press conference. Well, she's a major candidate and a major woman, so...
So you shot this for tempo.
Well, she is going to factor into the article, isn't she?
In other words, you just took it upon yourself to borrow company camera equipment and you shot a few pictures.
Any harm in that?
You've invaded Galen Henderson's space more than once. She's asked you to stay away from her.
No. She did not know I was there, I swear. I have done nothing wrong.
You have violated company rules.
Oh, gee, hey, I'm really sorry. No, listen. It won't happen again, all right?
It better not.
But listen, I want your honest opinion here. This right here would make a fantastic cover, don't you think? Huh? I mean, I'm pretty handy with a camera, aren't I?
Whether you captured the moment or not is not the issue here.
Okay. I was overzealous this morning, I admit it, but I did it because I love my job, all right? It's not very pretty out there on the unemployment line.
You better watch your step. You do your job, period.
Yes, ma'am.
You're already on shaky ground as it is.
I've done nothing wrong. Ask anybody who works with me. They're all crazy about me.
I'll do that. Oh. I don't think we'll be needing this for the magazine.
Whatever you say, boss. Her regaining her eyesight? 50-50? You don't say. No, really, that's about it. Thank you. Doctor? This has got to go my way. Gates! Hey, what would you say to a juicy headline? Yes, I feel I can safely say this is definitely intruder-style news. I have in my possession a rather naughty little photograph I'd be willing to let go of.
Hang up.
I'll call you back. Miss English.
You just made a very big mistake. Pack up your personal things and get out.
Miss English.
You're fired.
Now, you've obviously misunderstood that phone call.
I don't think so.
Please think this through. Don't do anything hastily, something that you might regret later. I've been very effective here. I love this job.
Well, you should have thought about that before placing that phone call.
You're putting me in a very difficult position.
That's tough.
It could be. You see, I don't want to embarrass you or the magazine, but I would be willing to fight this.
You'd lose.
I don't think so. I know the law, I know how it works, and this is ample grounds to file suit. Perhaps you're not familiar with Miller versus Lacey's, Inc.?
You can't intimidate me with case citations.
A very hefty settlement in favor of the plaintiff.
I heard you place a phone call on an office phone in reference to a suggestive photograph of your ex-wife. You have no right to use Temple property for harassment purposes.
What have you been doing? Talking to some female lawyer who specializes in women's rights?
What if I have?
Oh, what a picture. The two of you with your heads together figuring out how to get rid of the reformed wife abuser.
You can think what you want.
The minute you found out about my prison sentence, I was on the top of your hit list.
I gave you a chance. You did this to yourself.
A chance, some chance, looking over my shoulder every minute, waiting for me to make the slightest mistake.
I'm not going to debate this, Carter.
Oh, fine. Well, then I guess I can forget about that little letter of recommendation, huh? I mean, you're going to be much too busy sitting around with your feminist friends burning your bras in celebration. What the hell? This magazine is nothing more than liberal propaganda in fancy types anyway.
I want you to clean out your desk and be out of this building by 5 o'clock.
Or what? You going to call security? No reason to be afraid, Miss English. You don't have to call your boyfriend.
You know, it's too bad he's not here. He grew up with someone like you. He would personally love to throw you out of here.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Gray is awful high and mighty when it suits him. But when he needs a little dirty work done, who you gonna call?
Hey, you worked here. Edmund gave you a chance.
I am not talking about tempo research, Miss English. Where do you think your fiancé got his legal advice on exhumation?
You?
So you see, I can't come in handy. Sure you don't want me to hang around?
Get out.
With pleasure, babe.